Chapter 11, Mishnah 7. The last Mishnah discussed a case where it was not known if a child is the son of his mother's first husband or of her second husband. Our Mishnah continues with this case and explains what the laws of this child are if one of the possible fathers is a Kohen. If one of the husbands of the woman who did not wait 3 months before remarrying was Israel, and the other one was a Kohen, so that it is not known if the child in turn is Israel or a Kohen, he must be treated as a possible Israel and a possible Kohen. Therefore, the following laws apply to him. He, the son, may marry only a woman who is fit for a Kohen, because he might be a Kohen. And he may not become Tameh through contact with the dead, for the same reason. However, if he did become Tameh, he does not receive the punishment of 40 lashes, because he is possibly not a Kohen. His status with regard to terumah. He may not eat terumah because he might not be a Kohen, but if he mistakenly did eat terumah, he does not have to pay the principal, the value of the eaten terumah, plus the additional fifth, because it is possible that he is a Kohen. He does not receive a portion of terumah at the threshing floor where terumah is given out, because he is forbidden to eat terumah. But he may sell to a Kohen the terumah that he separates from his own produce, and the money from the sale is his to keep. Even though he may not eat terumah, he may benefit from it by selling it, because he might be a Kohen. His status with regard to sacrificial offerings. He does not receive a portion of the sacrifices of the temple, even those that are not eaten, such as the hides of the offering, because he might not be a Kohen. And we do not give him sacrifices to offer in the temple for the same reason, but we do not remove his own sacrifices from his possession. He is exempt from the obligation to give the foreleg, the jaws, and the stomach of kosher animals that he slaughters as a gift to the Kohen, because he might himself be a Kohen. And his Bechor animal does not have to be given to a Kohen. Rather, it should be left to graze until it develops a disqualifying blemish, and he may slaughter and eat it. To sum up, we place upon him both the stringencies of Kohanim and the stringencies of Yisraelim. The Mishnah continues with the same case, and explains how the child's laws are affected if both of his possible fathers are Kohanim. If both husbands were Kohanim, the child is definitely a Kohen. However, because we do not know who his father is, the following laws apply to them. If either husband dies, the son observes the Onen laws for them, and he may not perform the temple service or eat from the meat of an offering on the day of their deaths, since either one might have been his father. And similarly, if the son dies, they, the husbands, observe the Onen laws for him, and both of them may not perform the temple service or eat from an offering on the day of his death, since he might have been their son. The son may not make himself Tameh through contact with the husbands if either of them died, because a Kohen may not become Tameh through any dead person who is not a close relative, and he does not know if the dead person is really his father. And similarly, they, the husbands, may not make themselves Tameh through contact with him if he died, because each husband does not know if the dead person is really his son. The son does not inherit either husband if one of them dies, because the other sons of each husband can claim that he is not their brother and thus not their heir. But the husbands do inherit the son if he dies without children, and they split the inheritance between themselves. He is exempt from the death penalty for hitting or cursing either this one, the first husband, or that one, the second husband, since it is unknown which one is really his father, and a person cannot be punished by the courts when it is not certain that he is guilty. The son goes up into the temple to perform the sacrificial service with the Mishmar, family group of Kohanim, of both this husband and that husband, when it is their turn to serve, and the other Kohanim of that Mishmar may not prevent him from performing the service. But he does not receive a portion of the meat or hides of the offerings that are divided among the members of either Mishmar. If, however, both husbands belong to the same Mishmar, he does take one portion with the other members of that Mishmar, when it is their turn to serve in the temple, since no matter who his father is, he definitely belongs to that Mishmar.